Jim Cove, and I teach grade 2-3 at Sarah Thompson School in Langdon, Alberta, Canada. Our school is a small rural school just east of Calgary. We are kindergarten to grade 5 with a population of about 360 students. This is my 12th year of teaching elementary students, and I was very excited to get them interested in our project with National Geographic this year. Our class started our journey of discovery by looking at what was around them in their community. I wanted to encourage them to explore and find out what was of interest to them. They were excited to get outside and explore. They found lots of insects and arachnids in the natural park that surrounds our school. Since we live in what is called the prairies, students were easily able to identify what sort of plants and landforms they could see around us. Ponds, grasslands, ditches, and cattails were discovered. Learning about the land around us sparked our interest in what the world looks like in other parts of Canada and the world. Students loved using online tools like Google Earth to explore landforms like deserts, jungles, Arctic regions, and islands. For our big project, I introduced a bit of intrigue by allowing students to work on a puzzle that they had to put together. They worked in small groups and found that they were making the map of Canada. I asked them how they knew, and they said that you could see names like Calgary, Montreal, and Vancouver. Once we put the map together, all of the students were naturally curious about what some of the symbols meant, where the water was versus the land, as well as where the people lived versus the animals. Using the National Geographic Learning Framework, we talked about how maps could reflect reality, or how they might not be entirely accurate. We talked about ways we could represent and record what we had learned onto the map. By using teamwork and problem solving, students began to take sections of the map and tape them together so that they could have their own piece to work with. They then used modeling clay to show what their land looked like in 3 dimensions. By going back and watching videos, looking at pictures, and using atlases and books, students were able to stop, reflect, and change their map as they went so that it more closely resembled what they had learned. You just do?
We just cleared out this place that hurt his fingers, and then we started filling it up with blue for the water.
What kind of water are all these lines?
Like rivers.
Rivers, right? Very important.
Because rivers go all around the world, but just as a straight line, just curving.
So why do you think rivers are important?
Because you drink water. Because you drink water, and also because water
most rivers are actually fresh water rivers, unlike most lakes. Most lakes and oceans are fresh water people.
So fresh water is important for people?
Yeah. And also so people that are poor and don't have water can have it when they have lakes around.
Okay.
We were also limited with some of our color selections, so we had to make choices about what each color meant and how much of it we really needed to get the idea across that this area was mountains or this area was prairie.
So like this?
Yeah, just like that.
What? Oh, it actually connects. Yeah, the whole thing connects.
Using the National Geographic resources available through the Educator certification program, our class was able to take a lesson on Canadian landforms and make it real. Students were excited when we put the map together and shared it with the school. Walking down the hallway, you can see what students in our class are learning. Each child is able to articulate how using the giant map resource helped his or her learning to make it real. We will continue to use this resource for other lessons throughout the year, building upon what we have already made. Students have already asked to put animals on the map, as well as cities and landmarks of places that they know.